Zahara Driftwood gulped her first breath on 15 November 1999 inside a yurt pitched among the red dunes of Sossusvlei, Namibia. Outside, Dawn still painted the desert lilac while her mother, a desert blues guitarist to Tux, pressed ochre daisies into her fret cloth, strummed a slow pentatonic groove that melted into the canvas walls. Her father, a hot air balloon pilot who sketches cirrus dragons on fuel invoices, leaned so close their eyelashes brushed and promised his daughter that dunes, trade winds, and passing opinions all bow for bodies that refuse to fold narrower than their birthright. Curves wander the Driftwood family tree exactly the way wandering dunes creep across valley floors, so nobody blinked when baby Zahara shredded a second cotton swaddle before the kettle hissed on the paraffin stove. Nana Satu slid a porcupine quill needle beneath each stressed thread, widened the wrap with fabric scavenged from an old Himba headcloth, then laughed that extra cloth cost coins while teaching a child to shrink might cost her an entire skyline of morning suns. Primary classroom smelled of chalk dust, goatskin drums, and warm millet bread. Zahara already loomed half a head higher than her desk mates, her shoulders stretched wider than the map of southern Africa tacked to the plaster wall. One hot recess, a pair of boys hopped around her chanting cargo truck. Each time her sandals slapped the hopscotch grid, that evening she combed the base of a dune for soda caps polished mirror smooth by swirling sand, threaded them on fishing line, stitched the tinkling ribbon down her indigo pullover, and walked into class next sunrise, scattering copper sparks across ceiling boards. A substitute literacy aide captured 8 shaky seconds on a hand-me-down phone, posted the glimmer to an infant video hub, and by lunchtime, 14,000 strangers cheered the girl who flipped teasing into dune-like spectacle. Zahara printed a single promise in violet gel along the margin of her grammar sheet. Clouds crowd only until you flash them bright. Saturday markets belonged to the village airstrip where her mother's guitar chords twined with the scent of mahangu porridge, the snap of beadwork stalls, and the hiss of small engineer propellers. Store-bought jeans froze halfway at Zahara's thighs, so she traded tip jar coins for sun-cracked shade net, unraveled it into soft rope, crocheted high-waist shorts, misted ostrich silhouettes in charcoal, and posed at sunset against a russet Cessna shell while her cousin snapped grainy photos. She uploaded every shot to a diary she named Dune Lantern. The same week, a new photo app drifted across patchy Highland towers. Captions skipped from Oti Herrero proverbs to clean English truths like curves anchor sandstorms steadier than thorn fences. Before 16 candles, she tallied 52,000 unseen hearts pressing likes on each apricot-lit frame. Proof that distant screens hush cafeteria whispers louder than any headmaster's cough. A wind energy scholarship swept her south to Stellenbosch University. Daylight dissolved inside turbine blade labs. Nights belonged to a 24-hour bunny chow van, glowing neon tangerine beside Oak Avenues. The heat lamp became her single soft box. Between curry orders, she filmed 90-second reels, twisting parchment into desert lily hair rosettes while translating dart rotation in a voice half dune hush, half lecture zing. To clip meerkat chirps on a pocket synth shuffle as she chain-stitched reflective paracord onto thrift shop denim. 47 hours later, the reel skated beyond a million plays. Cave-style pages crowned her the bunny chow couturière, yet every sponsor message in her inbox crashed at size 16. Zahara slid each pitch into a folder tagged shrinking nets, wiped masala gravy from her cuff, and scooped another loaf. Early autumn winds delivered an email from Columbia Sportswear proposing a dust-proof capsule called Mirage Pulse. Zahara replied with 3 rock-firm conditions. Patterns must reach 60-inch hips, half the creative crew hired from technical colleges in Southern Africa, and 10% of net profit funneled into fog harvesting mesh projects along the Skeleton Coast. Columbia signed before sunrise warmed Table Mountain. The chute cracked open on a salt pan where flamingos traced lazy figure eights. Zahara coached Curvy kite buggy riders across pink mirages while a drone scribbled circles overhead. When the lookbook dropped, every extended size shell vanished inside 41 hours across 24 countries. Dune Lantern vaulted beyond 700,000 followers. Still scented with coriander, she ducked behind flour sacks, balanced her phone on a spice crate, and live-streamed tear break things beneath buzzing halogens. Book pit stop. If that lift already sparks your pulse, tap subscribe right now. one finger stroke costs nothing and guarantees you front row breeze for every next journey before algorithm trade winds shift. About like shimmer, some in a rumor jackals, a gossip vlog claims Zahara hid steel plates beneath those windshells. At dawn, she paddled a sandboard down a silent dune, stood proud in sports bra and linen shorts, traced each stretch line with crushed bougainvillea, and slapped a heartbeat rhythm on her mother's travel drum. While shouting body steer sandstorms, not carbon cages, 10 million viewers reposted the jam under bougainvillea proof, brushing pink dust over their own curves until gossip scurried away like a desert mouse. Penny chow wages, woven with castle royalties, condensed into driftwood glow, a whipped custard blending Kalahari melon butter, baobab oil, and mica sparks that flash pearl under phone light. 19,010s cooled on her father's tool bench, lids knotted with braided paracord, and stamped, "Moisturize your horizon." Stock evaporated in 82 minutes, lifting $197,000. 20% launched Beacon grants, shipping heavy-duty surgers and field record kits to plus-size teams in ephemeral river villages from Lutteritz to Muzarabani. 9 months later, 36 grant winners staged a twilight fashion and windsong caravan aboard converted overland trucks strung with lead dune grass. Streamed live to breakfast anchors from La Paz to Johannesburg Fashion Week cemented fresh runway lore when a backstage blower shredded her emerald mesh gown from rib to knee 80 heartbeats before lights popped. Zahara yanked neon cargo rope off a truss, laced the slash like boot hooks, and strode out as if the splice lived in every blueprint. Camera shutters cracked like popcorn, Vogue High Veil dubbed the drama rope cadence, and another million lantern keepers surfaced before brass horns warmed the after-party air. A dismissed liaison leaked chopped emails alleging she demanded kudu carpaccio sliders and chauffeured paragliders for her rescue meerkat Ember. Zahara published every thread, refillable water urns, lentil stew for crew, caption screens for deaf stylists. That month's affiliate stream, $136,000, financed biodegradable jackal-safe traps along fragile farm belts. Fayez echoed her dune mantra, receipts flare brighter than rumored grit until whispers blew away on the Harmattan. By midsummer, dune lanterns shimmer for 6.7 million Instagram hearts, 3.3 million real voyages, and 2 million steady channel subscribers. Engagement kissing 10%, entangling brand forecast. Cartier tapped her to headline Topaz Surge inside the 90-year lens at Swakopmund Lighthouse. Zahara agreed after Cartier pledged therapy stipends for salt mine shift crews weathering dust storms. The final reel, her wrist scattering amber flecks across iron ribs, became Cartier's most saved post of the quarter. Family studies her compass. Twice each month she streams strings and steam. Mom drifts desert blues riffs beside a propane skillet. Dad recites cloud haiku and Zahara flips thrift denim under fairy bulbs. One session cracked 9 million when Ember sprinted across powdered sugar and sneezed a dune storm onto the mic. A wildlife rescue now sponsors every stream, tagging rehabilitated meerkats with solar beacons funded by Driftwood Glow. Low revenue. Vaulted past 12 million before its second birthday. Zahara leased a silent ostrich feather shed, carved skylights through corrugated roof sheets, and hired furloughed tour drivers, plus design grads to whip and jar custard. Each tin knocked shut by hand during midday stretch dances to drumhouse mashups. Efficiency advisors begged for shrink sleeves. She quoted her mother's rule, fingertips guard legends long after robots forget, and rope ties held. Mental health candor pulses through every post. Basalt rim portraits paired with curry truck selfies, caption, same sky, different weather. She shares breath loops recorded inside dune caves, printable reframing sheets in English and Coetco, and sliding scale therapy links. 110,000 users credit her desert honesty as their first safe oasis. Moonity rides shimmer in crushed shell paint. Hundreds pedal the boardwalk at dusk, wearing driftwood glow across collarbones and LED desert rose tassels on spokes. Ticket proceeds widen beacon grants and erect wheelchair snorkel lifts at remote spring ponds. Boar wars stalls sizzle late because sausage rolls spike 15% on ride nights. Zahara pedals lead on a retro cruiser with Ember plush strapped in front, pausing to retie any rider's loosening lace. Her memoir, Currents Keep Names, lands next spring in 11 languages, while a streaming crew shadows her plan to repurpose retired weather balloons into floating maker labs for inland delta schools. Puma's Wide to Wave Wave Lantern sneaker drops next quarter, threaded with reflective rope and cushioned by algae foam, funneling 10% of revenue into Beacon projects, ring the Namib Sansi. Second, spark in your feed. If your subscribe button still flashes red, turn it cool gray right now. One click welds your boarding pass so the next story sells before algorithm crosswinds scramble your view. After playback glides to hush, open the description. Waiting there, fresh Driftwood glow restocks, the fast lane to Beacon grant entry, tonight's strings and steam playlist, and one soft compass. A research-rooted kit of conversation starters and calm confidence drills that reveal the clearest path to genuine love and, yes, the most reliable method for helping any woman feel authentic, intrigued. Free with a single tap. If the Soda Kathstein rope Cadis gown rescue or Embra sugar sneeze nudged a grin, smash that like heart, drop your loudest splash in the comments, and share this voyage with a friend whose sails droop in stale heat. Every curve reroutes currents, every scar refracts moonlight, and the Namib sky boasts to anyone who plants both boots on the dune crest and salutes tomorrow clear-eyed. Final whisper rise the desert breeze. Subscribe now, claim your prow rail, and meet me on the next rolling tide when another tail flickers beyond the horizon and courage calls your name again.